What is up, everybody? Mr. Play Dr. Gamer here, back with another video for y'all today. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about something that's just kind of disgusting. Ain't gonna lie to you. We're gonna be talking about Ubisoft trying to explain to their investor why microtransaction in your premium games is a good thing. No, really, Ubisoft is trying to explain why having microtransaction in a video game is a good thing. So, in a Ubisoft financial report, Ubisoft had a line where they tried to explain to their investors why it's a good thing to have microtransaction in their games. So, Ubisoft is literally trying to make microtransaction into something positive, when we all know how intrusive microtransactions are and how damaging microtransaction can be to a game. But Ubisoft is trying to make excuses of why a microtransaction should be in video games. So I'm gonna read you this section right here of the quarterly earnings report of Ubisoft Q3 quarterly earnings. Sorry if I can't talk today for some strange reason, my bad. But on page 10 of this quarterly earnings report, here's what they have to say right here. This is what Ubisoft is basically telling their investors why microtransactions game in premium game makes so bad. It ain't like no free to play game, premium. Why they should put microtransaction in your premium games. Hear what they had to say to this. Let's see. The adoption of monetization and engagement policies that represent the player experience and are suitable in the long term at Ubisoft. The golden rule when developing a premium game is to allow the player to enjoy the game in full without having to spend more. Our monetization offer within premium games, look, I'm emphasizing the word premium a lot here because these are games you gotta pay for. You already paid for the game already, and they try to make excuses of why it's okay to put microtransaction into games you already spent your hard-earned money for. Anyway, within premium game, make the player experience more fun by allowing them to prioritize their avatar, personalize their avatar. That means selling cosmetic or progress more quickly. However, this is optional. So they are flat out admitting that they are putting these things in the game because they quote unquote think they make the game more fun. Yeah, it's more fun just by spending money and just skipping like half the game. Yeah, that's good game design. Yeah, just make everything around the game, around the monetization system. The cosmetic, you can't earn cosmetics because you gotta pay for them, and you can progress quickly by just spending money. And this has also been a trend for Ubisoft game as of late. This has started, I say, around about Far Cry 5. If you know anything about Far Cry 5, not Far Cry 5, but Assassin's Creed Odyssey. In Assassin's Creed Odyssey, there was a huge uproar when they were literally selling you DLCs. Far Cry 5, in Far Cry 5, you can literally buy weapons in the game. Like, instead of actually going out and finding the currency to buy these weapons, you can actually use real money to buy these in-game weapons. Then you have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is a bloated mess of a game. That guy experienced boosters. You had Far Cry 6 did the same thing. We can buy weapons. You have Far Cry New Dawn. You can buy a weapon. It makes bad. In Far Cry New Dawn, they had an arbitrarily leveling system to weapons. So in the beginning of the game, you can buy the higher tier weapons at the beginning of the game. So it just made the whole game completely pointless. So they saying it's a good thing a player should be able to spend money just to not play the game. That's basically what they say in this report. They saying we are allowing players to enjoy the game. Our monetization offer within premium game make the player experience more fun by allowing them to personalize their character, which I think cosmetics should be earnable in game. I think you should be able to earn cosmetic. I think most cosmetic in a single player game, keep in mind, these are games you already paid for, And nine times out of 10, these games are single player games. So not only that you already bought the game, then these games are single player, and you can't earn none of the stuff in the game. It's just like, bro, what? Then they offer stuff for you to skip having to play the game. Then it's just like, what's the point of playing the game then? There's no point if I could just buy my way through the game. Microtransaction fundamentally hurts a game when you can just buy power and you can just skip the game. Could have the content is just meaningless. Like, you don't have to actually be good to it make the game design. They make for poor game design, and it make the overall experience less enjoyable. Because you can't earn none of the cool looking costume without having to spend money. Then if you spend money on the gear that make your character more powerful, then you're gonna be like, okay, what's the point of me even playing the game in the first place if I'm just gonna buy my way through it? Like, there's no point. There's no point in playing the game if you can just buy your way through the game. In my personal opinion, is it like, bro? And not even my personal opinion. It's a lot of people's opinion. A lot of people that actually enjoy video games don't want to buy their way through the game. They actually want to play the game and actually have to put effort into beating the game. Is that crazy? A game that actually encourage you to actually put some time and effort and actually learn how to play the game instead of just paying your way through it. And the cosmetic stuff is just like, why are we having microtransaction in single player games? That's why I'm not understanding. It's just like, it's single player. You can't play on, and not in most Ubisoft games, you can't even play online. Like, there's no online component in the games. And they make the game so tedious and boring to play through unless you buy the currencies, because they lock all the good gear, not all the good gear, but they take the good stuff forever to get on purpose, so you are incentivized to spend money. So the game design is balanced around you spending money and not balanced around you having a good, enjoyable game experience. When your business model is, you know what, we gonna make the game boring and tedious as possible, so our players are incentivized to spend money to get past the bored and tedious parts. So we gonna build the game around the player spending money instead of the other way around. It is possible to complete the game without spending money, but at that point, you're gonna be like, bro, this stuff is taking longer because the fact that they want me to spend money to get past the boring stuff. And the cosmetics should be in the game, because why are you selling cosmetics in a single player game? It's a single player game. Nobody ain't gonna be able to see it. It ain't gonna feel good to earn. Like, you bought a costume that nobody ain't gonna see. Because at least with online game, other people at least get to see the skin that you're wearing, and it's some we won't call it. And it's we won't call it advertisement. It's an advantage to actually having people see your skin, because you're showing your skin off to other people when people buy them. But what is the purpose of locking skins behind a paywall in a single player game? Just let people have fun and unlock the skins. Just let people unlock skin by doing something difficult in the game or tackling a challenge in the game. Don't lock a skin away in a shop that people gotta pay real money for. Like, what accomplishment do you get for buying the skin in the game? Like, I never understood it. These people that buy skins in the game. Look, I used to buy skins, but for one thing, I never bought a skin in a single player game. I mostly bought skin like in multiplayer, and now even then, I really don't buy no skins at all in no game. I don't really care about skins no more. Like, I'm so over skins. I wish cosmetic items can just go back to being earnable stuff that you get for doing something cool in the game, or you get it for being the best player instead of you just spending money for it. But I just think I think it's crazy, and they are trying to make excuses of why microtransactions are a good thing, when it just make the game design more. It make terrible game designs because the developer are balancing the game around the microtransaction instead of actually balance the game around the player experience. The player experience goes out the window when you are selling power to the player. Yeah, it is an unintended GameStop reference, by the way. There is an unintended GameStop reference, by the way. Yeah, when you selling power to the player, it just completely you are completely this is poor game design, because you are not balancing around you ain't balancing the game around for the player to have an enjoyable experience. You are balancing the game around the player going to the shop. And it makes so bad, these are games that you paying for. These are not like free to play games. You had to pay a flat fee just to even access, just to have the right to play the game. So not only you gotta buy the game, they also want you to buy stuff in the game. It makes me mad. This is a single, it ain't like no live service game either. These are single player, one and done games. They want you to spend money on games that you pay a box price for. Then they want you to spend more money just to get cosmetic or just not to play the game at all. Because if you selling like weapons, powers, and stuff to the player, he's like, bro, why you even playing the game? You might as well do something else. You literally just buying your way through the game. You're not putting there's no effort, there's no achievement, there's nothing behind it. It's just like you just bought your way through the game. It's like, why you even bought the game if you don't want to play it? Games are meant to be played, not just for you to throw money into and just say, hey, look at my powerful character that I got, and I didn't even have to even play the game to earn it. It's just like, what's the point of that? It's just, what's the point? But anyway, that's just all I want to talk about. Ubisoft does it again. Apparently, microtransactions are good for games. They're good for games. There's nothing wrong with them, according to Ubisoft, a company that is on the verge of bankruptcy, losing money rapidly, has a bad reputation, treat their customer poorly, don't take feedback, have their company to Tencent. And they really just, they brain dead. They think microtransactions are fun, and you should be happy to have microtransactions to your game. Anyway, it's been Mr. Play, Dr. with another video. See y'all next time. Peace.